So the purpose of this video is to show you what changes Tableau can or cannot handle. So what I'm about to show you can only be done in Tableau desktop, and we are able to do this because we have a live connection between what we have here in Tableau and our remote data set. And our remote data set is just the data set that's in our local computer in this case. So let me just go ahead and create a quick visualization real quick. So this is also an opportunity to show you how to use Show Me. So if you click on something and you hold Control, you can select multiple values, or you can just click on Shift and select everything here, and then you can click on Show Me. Show Me would show you different graphs that you could create using the selected columns. So in this case, let's just go with this one, and let's switch this like this. So that's how Show Me works, and Show Me is available in Tableau Public or Tableau Desktop. But as you can see here, this is just the basics, and this is our data source. As you can see, our data has about 6 columns in it. Now if we make changes to the underlying data that is supporting this database in Tableau, the changes will be reflected here because we have a live connection. I remember you can only have live or extracted connection if you're working in Tableau Desktop. So if you're in Tableau Public, you may not be able to do this step, but I just want to show you this so you know it exists. So this data source right here in Excel is the same data source right here. As you can see, we have 6 sheets, and in Excel we also have 6 different sheets. So this is the one I'm working with right here. Right, let's go ahead and add a new column, a new sheet, and let's call this test, and let's click on save, and let's go back to Tableau and let's refresh our data connection. Our data connection refreshed, but the new sheet that we created was not added here. Alright, now let's go back to our Excel sheet, and let's go back to this one. So this is this data right here matches this data, but let's just add a new column. So we'll just call this the test column, and we'll say this is equal to this times 2. Let's go ahead and save this. So I just saved this Excel file. Now let's go back to Tableau and refresh our data connection. As you can see, the new column that I added is now showing up in Tableau. And here in Tableau, the new column is showing up, and I can use it in my visualization if I wanted to. Super cool, right? Now let's remove this because I don't need this right now. Measure name was added to color. That's why you see different colors here. Now as you can see, we used this column, and this column in our visualization. If we go back to Excel and let's say change the column name to just total confirmed, and let's go ahead and save this. Now if we go back to Tableau and refresh our data connection, which we can do from here, as you can see, it tells you, as you can see, measure names and measure values throws an error. The reason why it throws an error is because this column no longer exists, and this column does not exist in the database because we changed the column name in Excel. So if we go back to Tableau here, and we could take total confirmed and put it here, and then take this one out, and things are back to how they were before. But this is what I'm trying to show you. There are some changes that Excel could there are some changes that Tableau could handle, and there are some changes it can't handle. If you change something like column name from your underlying data, when you refresh your data connection, Tableau is going to throw an error because it can no longer find the column that it had before. But if you just add a new column, or if you add data to the existing column, it won't throw an error because that's a brand new column. So you need to be aware of changes that Tableau can and cannot handle. When you make underlying change to your data, like adding a new column, that change is reflected in Tableau and it can handle it. But if you change your column name, then it will throw an error because Tableau is looking for a column that is called this, and this column no longer exists. This column no longer exists in your underlying data, but now it has a brand new column called this. So if we try to pull this out, it's going to throw an error. So it does not exist in the database. Now if we go back here and change things to how they were before, and let's save our changes in our underlying data, and now we are back in Tableau. Now let's refresh our data again. Of course, you could refresh from here, or you could refresh from here. All right, so it doesn't matter where we do the refresh. So as you can see, this column is back and this column no longer exists, and it's throwing an error, and it's going to mess up your visualization. And that's because we changed the column name back to what it was here before. And of course, we could just remove this, and also it tells you that this column doesn't exist. And what we can do from here is we could delete this column from here. So that is the type of changes that Tableau can and cannot handle from the underlying data. So if you're making changes to the underlying data that's connected to Tableau, and you have a live connection, you need to be aware of changes that Tableau can and cannot handle. Now if you have a data extract, right, then the changes that you make will not be automatically updated here. And of course, in Tableau Public, the changes you made are not automatically updated. So I'm going to show you this in Tableau Public so you kind of see the difference. If we open Tableau Public here, and let's connect to the same Excel file. Now let's go ahead and delete this column. And let's go ahead and click on Save. This is Tableau Public, right? If we click on this and click on Yes, as you can see, that column is still showing up here. But if you're in Tableau Desktop, if we click on Refresh Data, that column is gone. And the difference is here in Tableau Public, and here in Tableau Desktop, we have a live connection to the data. In Tableau Public, we don't have any, which is just the data as it is. There's no live or extracted connection. Those are the changes that Tableau can and cannot handle, and that's one of the other differences between Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop. See you on the next video.